Welcome to this powerful prayer of divine protection and silence. As you pray, ask God to guard your mouth, hide your life, and preserve your destiny. Stay focused, pray with faith, and step into a quieter, stronger, and divinely protected seasons. Father God, I come before you in humility, asking that you wrap my life in holy silence, that my steps, my thoughts, my plans, and my future be hidden in the shadow of your presence, where careless words cannot reach and unnecessary voices have no access, and where only your wisdom governs when I speak and when I remain quiet. Lord, I surrender my mouth to you completely, asking that you place a divine watch over my lips, that no word leaves me outside of your will, that my tongue no longer exposes what you are still forming, and that my silence becomes a strong shield protecting the work you are doing within me. My God, teach my spirit to be comfortable with quietness, to trust you enough not to explain myself, not to announce my progress, not to reveal my burdens, victories, or plans to those who are not assigned to carry them, and to rest confidently knowing you see all things. Father, I ask that you remove from me the urge to overshare, the desire to be heard, and the habit of speaking out of emotion, and replace it with spiritual maturity, restraint, and discernment, so that my words align with your timing and my silence honors your process. Lord, let my life be hidden from jealous eyes, from curious minds, and from voices that do not celebrate what you are building, and grant me the grace to move quietly while you work loudly on my behalf in places I cannot see. I pray that every area of my life that requires growth, healing, restoration, and preparation be covered by divine secrecy, that no premature exposure will interrupt your plan, and that my mouth will not become a doorway through which delay or opposition enters. Father God, I choose today to speak less and trust you more, to listen more and explain less, to allow my obedience to be louder than my words, and to let my results testify at the appointed time instead of my tongue running ahead of your will. Lord, give me a quiet spirit and a disciplined mouth, that I may avoid unnecessary arguments, avoid revealing my next steps, and avoid attracting attention that is not aligned with your purpose, keeping my journey protected by wisdom and restraint. I ask that you train my heart to find peace in silence, to find strength in discretion, and to find confidence in knowing that what is hidden with you is safe, secure, and unstoppable, untouched by human interference or spiritual opposition. Father, I declare that my life is sealed by your hand. My mouth is governed by your spirit. My future is hidden in your wisdom, and my silence is no longer weakness, but divine protection as I walk forward quietly, covered, guided, and preserved by you. Father God, I ask that you place a divine covering over my destiny, that every plan you have written concerning my life be protected from premature exposure, careless words, and human interference, and that I will not speak ahead of your timing or reveal what you have instructed me to carry quietly. Lord, teach my spirit to value restraint as wisdom, to understand that not everything you show me is meant to be shared, and to trust that silence is often the safest place for destiny to mature, grow, and be strengthened under your guidance. My God, I pray that my mouth will never become an enemy of my future, that no statement spoken in excitement, frustration, fear, or pride will sabotage what you are carefully aligning, and that my words will only serve to build, protect, and honor your purpose. Father, I place every dream, vision, and expectation you have given me under divine lock and key, asking that they remain hidden until you decide the moment of unveiling, and that my tongue will not open doors that you have not yet authorized. Lord, remove from me the desire to seek validation through speech, the urge to explain my journey, or the need to announce progress, and replace it with deep confidence in you, knowing that what you approve does not need human applause. I pray for spiritual discipline that allows me to walk in obedience without noise, to move forward without explanation, and to trust that you are working even when no one knows what you are doing in my life. Father God, let my destiny be shielded from envy, misunderstanding, and unnecessary scrutiny, and give me the wisdom to know when silence is required to prevent delay, distraction, or spiritual attack. Lord, align my speech with heaven, that I speak only when it brings glory to you, protection to my future, and peace to my spirit, and that I will never be pressured into revealing what you have not released. I ask for grace to carry success quietly, handle favor humbly, and to walk in confidence without broadcasting what you are still perfecting, allowing your hand to speak louder than my voice. Father, I declare that my destiny is preserved, my mouth is disciplined, my steps are guided, and my future is secure in you, as I choose restraint, silence, and trust, allowing your timing to reveal what my tongue will not. Father God, I come before you asking for deliverance from every habit of speech that has worked against my own progress. Let every careless word spoken out of emotion, pressure, or excitement be replaced with wisdom, and that my mouth will no longer undermine the future you are preparing for me. Lord, I ask that you break every pattern where my tongue has exposed my plans, weakened my confidence, or opened doors to delay, misunderstanding, or opposition, and teach me to recognize silence as protection rather than absence. My God, I surrender every urge to speak when I should wait, to explain when I should trust, and to reveal when I should conceal, asking that you retrain my spirit to pause before words form and to submit every thought to your wisdom. Father, cleanse my mouth from negative declarations, unnecessary confessions, and words spoken without discernment, and let my speech no longer cancel prayers, weaken faith, or create room for interference in my life. Lord, I pray that my tongue will no longer be driven by anxiety, impatience, or the need to feel understood, but be governed by peace, maturity, and obedience to your leading, even when silence feels uncomfortable. I ask that you remove from me the habit of narrating my struggles, exposing my next steps, or speaking prematurely about what you have not yet completed, allowing your work to mature without disruption. Father God, let my silence close every door that careless words once opened, and let wisdom rebuild every area where my own speech caused delay, confusion, or spiritual vulnerability. Lord, give me awareness of the power in my words and the strength in restraint, that I may choose quiet obedience over loud explanation, trusting that you defend what I do not announce. I pray for inner discipline that allows me to listen more than I speak, to observe more than I explain, and to move forward without the need to justify or reveal my journey to others. Father, I declare that self-sabotage through words ends in my life. My mouth is aligned with your purpose. My silence preserves my future, and my destiny advances unhindered as I walk carefully, wisely, and quietly under your guidance. Father God, I come before you asking for deep and unshakable discernment in my speech and in my relationships, that I may clearly know who is assigned to my life and who is not, who is safe to hear my voice and who should only see the results, and that my mouth will be governed by wisdom, even when familiarity or emotion tries to pull words out of me. Lord, train my spirit to sense danger before it manifests, to recognize spiritual warning signs before my tongue moves, and to understand that silence is often the instruction you give when protection is needed, even when there is pressure to talk, explain, or respond. My God, I ask that you separate me from conversations that drain my spirit, expose my plans, or subtly invite me to reveal what should remain hidden, and give me the courage and grace to withdraw quietly from environments where my destiny is not safe. Father, let my mouth not be influenced by closeness, history, emotions, or comfort, but be governed by discernment and restraint, so that I do not share sacred matters with casual listeners or open my heart to those who do not have the capacity to protect what I release. Lord, sharpen my spiritual sensitivity so that I know when to listen deeply, when to answer briefly, and when complete silence is required, allowing your Spirit to speak louder in me than my need to respond, defend myself, or be understood. I pray that you close my mouth in the presence of envy, manipulation, hidden competition, gossip, and subtle curiosity, and protect me from people who seek information for control rather than connection, ensuring that nothing valuable leaks through careless speech. Father God, let my silence become a spiritual filter that exposes motives, reveals intentions, and preserves my peace. And let my restraint speak wisdom that words could never communicate, keeping my life free from unnecessary conflict and exposure. Lord, remove from me the desire to be fully understood by everyone, and give me peace with being misunderstood, knowing that clarity comes from you alone and that not everyone deserves an explanation of what you are doing in my life. I ask that my speech be filtered through discernment, weighed by wisdom, and released only when it aligns with your purpose, so that my relationships do not become channels through which my destiny is weakened, delayed, or compromised. Father, I declare that my mouth is guarded by discernment. My relationships are ordered by wisdom. My silence is intentional and powerful, and my life is preserved as I walk quietly, watchfully, and confidently under your direction. Father God, I come before you, laying my emotions at your feet, asking that you take full authority over my inner world, so that my feelings no longer control my tongue or push me into speaking words that expose my heart, my struggles, my plans, or my future, but instead teach me to pause, to breathe in your presence, and to allow wisdom to settle my spirit before any word is released. Lord, I ask that you quiet every emotional storm within me that seeks expression through careless speech, that anger will not speak ahead of wisdom, that frustration will not confess what should remain hidden, that excitement will not reveal what you have not yet completed, and that sadness will not pressure me to explain myself to people who cannot protect what they hear. My God, train me to sit with my emotions without being ruled by them, to feel deeply without speaking quickly, and to process everything first in your presence, resisting the urge to release words simply to feel relief, validation, sympathy, or understanding from human voices instead of from you. Father, I pray that my mouth will no longer be an outlet for emotional overflow, but that my heart will find its rest in you alone, allowing me to remain silent when emotions rise high and clarity is still forming, so that my future is not damaged by words spoken in moments that required restraint. Lord, remove from me the habit of speaking when I am overwhelmed, exhausted, wounded, misunderstood, or disappointed, and replace it with spiritual discipline that waits for your peace to settle my heart and your wisdom to govern my response before any word leaves my mouth. I ask that you help me separate emotion from decision, feeling from confession, and reaction from response, so that my words no longer create consequences my spirit must later repair, and that my silence becomes a protective space where healing, clarity, and strength can take place. Father God, let emotional restraint become my strength and not my weakness, allowing me to remain composed, guarded, and spiritually protected even in moments where silence feels heavy, uncomfortable, or misunderstood, but is necessary for my growth and preservation. Lord, train my inner life to be processed in prayer rather than conversation, and teach me to bring my tears, my joy, my excitement, my questions, and my frustrations to you first, instead of placing them in human hands that may mishandle, misinterpret, or misuse what I reveal. I pray for the grace to remain quiet in emotional moments, trusting that you understand me completely even when no one else does, and believing that my silence will protect me from regret, misunderstanding, unnecessary exposure, and future battles created by careless words. Father, I declare that my emotions are submitted to your authority. My mouth is restrained by wisdom. My silence preserves my peace. And my life advances safely and steadily as I learn to feel deeply, speak carefully, trust you fully, and allow you to defend what I choose not to explain. Father God, I ask you to clothe my spirit with patience that comes from trust in you, that I will no longer rush to speak before the season is ripe, no longer announce progress before it is complete, and no longer reveal what you have instructed me to carry quietly, but instead wait calmly for your timing to speak on my behalf. Lord, teach my heart to respect divine timing, to understand that silence is often the soil where progress grows strongest, and to remain content while you work behind the scenes, knowing that what is formed quietly is rarely destroyed easily. My God, I pray that you remove impatience from my spirit, that restless words will not escape my mouth in moments of waiting, delay, or uncertainty, and that I will trust that you are advancing my life even when nothing is visible and nothing needs to be said. Father, seal every stage of my progress with wisdom, that I will not expose unfinished work, partial breakthroughs, or early victories, but allow you to complete what you started without interference from human opinion, jealousy, or misunderstanding. Lord, help me to resist the pressure to update others about my journey, to explain delays, or to justify my waiting, and give me peace to move forward quietly, confident that you are orchestrating every step according to your perfect plan. I ask that you anchor my soul in patience, so that my tongue does not betray my process, my emotions do not rush my revelation, and my mouth does not unlock doors before you hand me the key. Father God, let my silence during seasons of growth protect me from distraction, comparison, and unnecessary spiritual warfare, allowing my strength to be built privately and my stability to be established deeply. Lord, teach me to celebrate quietly, to overcome silently, and to grow steadily without the need for recognition, explanation, or approval, trusting that you will announce what must be known at the right time. I pray that waiting will no longer frustrate me, but mature me. The quiet seasons will no longer confuse me, but prepare me, and that my patience will guard my mouth while you align everything needed for my next level. Father, I declare that my timing is aligned with yours. My progress is sealed, my patience is strengthened, and my silence is purposeful as I move forward calmly, confidently, and securely, trusting you to reveal my journey only when heaven approves. Father God, ask that you allow my growth to happen quietly, away from unnecessary attention and human observation, that my strengthening, healing, learning, and preparation will take place in hidden places where pride cannot enter, distraction cannot interfere, and no voice can interrupt the work you are doing deep within me. Lord, teach my spirit to embrace seasons where nothing is announced, nothing is explained, and nothing is proven outwardly, trusting that hidden growth is still powerful growth, and that what is strengthened in private will stand firm in public when the time comes. My God, I pray that you protect my identity from being shaped by opinions, reactions, or expectations, and that my silence will guard who I am becoming, allowing you alone to define me, refine me, and establish me according to your will. Father, let my private moments with you become the foundation of my strength, where discipline is formed, character is built, and wisdom is rooted deeply, without the pressure of visibility or the temptation to perform for human approval. Lord, remove from me the desire to be seen before I am ready, to be recognized before I am complete, or to be celebrated before I am stable, and give me peace to remain hidden while you prepare me thoroughly. I ask that you seal my personal battles, my inner victories, and my unseen progress, so that they are not exposed to misunderstanding, comparison, or spiritual interference, allowing my testimony to be released only when you choose. Father God, let my silence protect the work you are doing in my heart, shielding me from distraction, pride, and premature responsibility, and allowing me to grow strong without pressure, secure without validation, and confident without applause. Lord, teach me to value privacy as protection, to honor hidden seasons as preparation, and to trust that what is built quietly under your guidance will not collapse when revealed openly. I pray that my life will not be shaped by noise, trends, or urgency, but by obedience, patience, and depth, allowing my roots to go deep while my presence remains unseen and my strength increases steadily. Father, I declare that my growth is hidden. My strength is developing privately. My identity is secured in you, and my silence is purposeful as I remain covered, grounded, and prepared for everything you have already prepared for me. Father God, I come before you asking that you free my heart from the constant need to explain myself, defend my decisions, or justify my silence, teaching me to rest in the security of knowing that you understand me fully even when others do not. Lord, remove from me the pressure to clarify my choices, my delays, or my quietness to people who are not assigned to walk my path, and give me peace to remain silent without guilt, anxiety, or fear of misunderstanding. My God, teach my spirit to trust that my obedience does not require explanation, that my restraint does not need validation, and that my silence does not mean weakness, but wisdom working quietly within me. Father, I ask that you heal every insecurity that pushes me to speak unnecessarily, to over-explain, or to defend myself against assumptions, and replace it with deep confidence rooted in you alone. Lord, let my life speak louder than my words, my consistency speak louder than my explanations, and my obedience speak louder than my defenses, so that I no longer feel compelled to prove what you are already establishing. I pray that you give me the strength to remain quiet when misunderstood, to remain composed when questioned, and to remain peaceful when challenged, trusting you to be my defender and my vindicator. Father God, teach me that not every question deserves an answer, not every opinion requires a response, and not every misunderstanding needs correction, especially when silence is protecting my peace and preserving my destiny. Lord, remove from me the fear of being misjudged, misinterpreted, or overlooked, and give me assurance that you see my heart clearly and that your approval is greater than human understanding. I ask that you help me resist the urge to explain my growth, my healing, or my process, allowing you to reveal my journey in your time without me trying to control perception through words. Father, I declare that I am free from the burden of explanation, released from the need to defend myself, and secure in your understanding as I walk forward quietly, confidently, and peacefully, trusting you to speak for me when necessary. Father God, I bring every plan you have planted in my heart before you, asking that you seal them under your authority and wisdom, that nothing you have revealed to me in prayer will be exposed prematurely through careless speech or unnecessary sharing, and that my life will move in quiet alignment with your direction, protected from interference, confusion, and delay. Lord, teach my spirit to value silence as strategy, to understand that not every step must be announced and not every intention must be explained, and to trust that when you are guiding my path, quiet obedience will always be stronger than loud declarations or public explanations. My God, I ask that you guard my plans from curiosity that seeks information without purpose, from envy that seeks to disrupt progress, and from voices that do not have the capacity to protect what they hear, ensuring that my mouth never becomes a doorway through which resistance enters my journey. Father, train me to plan in prayer and execute in silence, to prepare without broadcasting, and to move forward without drawing attention to unfinished work, trusting that what is built under your guidance does not require human awareness in order to succeed. Lord, remove from me the habit of sharing plans out of excitement, reassurance, or the desire for approval, and replace it with discipline, patience, and quiet confidence, allowing results to speak clearly when the work is complete and the season is right. I pray that my silence will protect my focus, preserve my momentum, and confuse every form of opposition, so that I advance steadily without distraction, explanation, or unnecessary spiritual resistance created by premature exposure. Father God, let my movements be quiet but effective, my preparation hidden but thorough, and my progress steady and uninterrupted, allowing you to coordinate outcomes, connections, and timing far beyond what words could ever accomplish. Lord, teach me the strength found in secrecy, the wisdom that comes from restraint, and the power of silence during execution, so that my actions are not weakened by early revelation or diluted by external opinions and interference. I ask that you keep my plans covered until they are fulfilled, my strategies concealed until they are completed, and my path protected from voices that do not understand your timing, your process, or your design for my life. Father, I declare that my plans are sealed by your hand. My strategy remains hidden in your wisdom. My movement is quiet and intentional, and my success unfolds according to your timing as I walk forward with discipline, discretion, and unwavering trust in you. Father God, come before you asking that you place a strong and constant guard over my tongue, that my words will no longer flow loosely or carelessly, but be governed by your Spirit, restrained by wisdom, and released only when they serve your purpose. Protect my peace and preserve the future you are building for me. And Lord, train my inner discipline so deeply that silence becomes my natural response rather than reaction, that I no longer feel the urge to speak in order to fill space, reduce discomfort, or assert control, but instead rest confidently in quiet authority that comes from being led by you, uprooting every habit of unnecessary speech from my life, every tendency to talk too much, explain too far, or reveal too soon, and replacing it with spiritual maturity that understands the value of restraint and the power of words left unspoken, letting my silence carry authority and not weakness, and my quiet presence command respect without effort, argument, or explanation. As you teach me that true strength does not need to announce itself to be recognized, helping me master my responses in moments of provocation, misunderstanding, or pressure, so that my mouth does not react before my spirit discerns, and granting me control over impulses to respond immediately, correct instantly, or speak defensively, teaching me instead to pause, to listen, and to allow you to speak through my silence when words would only create conflict or exposure, strengthening my inner discipline so that I am no longer moved by curiosity, pressure, or emotional triggers, but remain aligned with wisdom even when silence requires strength, sealing my mouth from speaking out of pride, insecurity, fear, obedience to your leading, establishing deep and unshakable inner security within me so that I no longer feel pressured to announce who I am, defend where I stand, or explain the path you are leading me on, but rest quietly in the assurance that my life is known, seen, and ordered by you, removing every form of insecurity that pushes me to overshare, seek reassurance from people, or speak when silence would protect me, and replacing it with calm confidence that trusts your process, even when nothing is visible, teaching my spirit to rely fully on your validation rather than human approval so that my silence becomes a place of strength and peace, allowing my character, obedience, discipline, and consistency to speak over time without self-promotion, freeing me from measuring my worth by visibility or acknowledgement, silencing the urge to compete, compare, or explain myself, letting my silence reflect confidence rather than fear and trust rather than avoidance, teaching me to be content in quiet seasons where growth is happening beneath the surface, removing the desire to control perception through words and establishing my heart securely in you. And Father God, I ask that you fill every part of my inner life with deep governing wisdom that shapes how I think, feel, respond, and remain silent, building strong self-control not only over my tongue, but over my thoughts, reactions, and desires, so that nothing within me spills outward carelessly or exposes what you are still shaping, teaching me to guard my inner world diligently, protecting my thoughts from noise, my emotions from disorder, and my spirit from unnecessary access, allowing my inner life to become a sacred and disciplined space where clarity forms slowly. Strength develops deeply, and maturity grows quietly, without the need for validation or explanation, removing every tendency to react quickly or reveal prematurely, replacing it with patience, discernment, and wisdom that waits, teaching me true self-governance so I master impulses rather than being driven by them, aligning my thoughts with truth, submitting my emotions to peace, surrendering my will fully to you so my inner life remains ordered and stable even under pressure, training me to resolve matters inwardly in your presence rather than outwardly before people, sealing my inner life from unnecessary access so not everyone can read me or interpret what you are doing within me. And I declare that my tongue is disciplined. My confidence is anchored in you. My inner life is sealed by wisdom and self-control. My silence is intentional and powerful, and my life moves forward quietly, steadily, and securely as you speak for me, establish me, and reveal me only when you determine the time is right. Father God, I come before you asking that you place your full divine covering over my life, over my thoughts, my steps, my decisions, my movements, and my future, that I may walk hidden under the shadow of your presence, unseen by harmful eyes, untouched by malicious intentions, and protected from every form of danger, interference, and opposition that seeks to locate, monitor, or disrupt what you are quietly establishing for me. And Lord, I ask that you cover my path so completely that not every step I take is visible, not every decision I make is understood, and not every move I take is traceable, allowing my life to unfold quietly under your authority, guarded from sabotage, premature exposure, and unnecessary spiritual attention that could interfere with your divine timing. And my God, I pray for holy invisibility from harm, that those who seek information with wrong motives will find confusion, that eyes watching with envy or ill intent will be unable to interpret what you are doing, and that every attempt to monitor, track, or interfere with my life will fail because I am hidden securely in you. Father, let my life be concealed within your wisdom in such a way that danger cannot locate me, opposition cannot predict my movements, and spiritual resistance cannot anticipate my progress, allowing me to advance quietly while you defend me powerfully on levels I cannot see. Lord, remove from me any behavior, speech, or attitude that attracts unnecessary attention and replace it with wisdom that moves quietly, discernment that preserves safety, and obedience that keeps me aligned under your covering, so that my life remains protected without effort or fear. I pray that you surround me with your divine protection wherever I go, that my presence does not invite conflict, my words do not provoke trouble, and my silence becomes a spiritual shield that preserves my peace, my progress, and the work you are doing within me. Father God, protect my path from ambush, delay, distraction, and unseen traps, guiding me through safe routes, even when I do not understand why certain doors remain closed, certain your process, even when nothing is visible, teaching my spirit to rely fully on your validation rather than human approval so that my silence becomes a place of strength and peace, allowing my character, obedience, discipline, and consistency to speak over time without self-promotion. freeing me from measuring my worth by visibility or acknowledgement, silencing the urge to compete, compare, or explain myself, letting my silence reflect confidence rather than fear and trust rather than avoidance, teaching me to be content in quiet seasons where growth is happening beneath the surface, removing the desire to control perception through words and establishing my heart securely in you. And Father God, I ask that you fill every part of my inner life with deep governing wisdom that shapes how I think, feel, respond, and remain silent, building strong self-control not only over my tongue, but over my thoughts, reactions, and desires, so that nothing within me spills outward carelessly or exposes what you are still shaping, teaching me to guard my inner world diligently, protecting my thoughts from noise, my emotions from disorder, and my spirit from unnecessary access, allowing my inner life to become a sacred and disciplined space where clarity forms slowly. Strength develops deeply, and maturity grows quietly, without the need for validation or explanation, removing every tendency to react quickly or reveal prematurely, replacing it with patience, discernment, and wisdom that waits, teaching me true self-governance so I master impulses rather than being driven by them, aligning my thoughts with truth, submitting my emotions to peace, surrendering my will fully to you so my inner life remains ordered and stable even under pressure, training me to resolve matters inwardly in your presence rather than outwardly before people, sealing my inner life from unnecessary access so not everyone can read me or interpret what you are doing within me. And I declare that my tongue is disciplined. My confidence is anchored in you. My inner life is sealed by wisdom and self-control. My silence is intentional and powerful. And my life moves forward quietly, steadily, and securely as you speak from me, establish me, and reveal me only when you determine the time is right. Father God, I come before you asking that you place your full divine covering over my life, over my thoughts, my steps, my decisions, my movements, and my future, that I may walk hidden under the shadow of your presence, unseen by harmful eyes, untouched by malicious intentions, and protected from every form of danger, interference, and opposition that seeks to locate, monitor, or disrupt what you are quietly establishing for me. And Lord, I ask that you cover my path so completely that not every step I take is visible, not every decision I make is understood, and not every move I take is traceable, allowing my life to unfold quietly under your authority, guarded from sabotage, premature exposure, and unnecessary spiritual attention that could interfere with your divine timing. And my God, I pray for holy invisibility from harm, that those who seek information with wrong motives will find confusion, that eyes watching with envy or ill intent will be unable to interpret what you are doing, and that every attempt to monitor, track, or interfere with my life will fail because I am hidden securely in you. Father, let my life be concealed within your wisdom in such a way that danger cannot locate me, opposition cannot predict my movements, and spiritual resistance cannot anticipate my progress, allowing me to advance quietly while you defend me powerfully on levels I cannot see. Lord, remove from me any behavior, speech, or attitude that attracts unnecessary attention and replace it with wisdom that moves quietly, discernment that preserves safety, and obedience that keeps me aligned under your covering, so that my life remains protected without effort or fear. I pray that you surround me with your divine protection wherever I go, that my presence does not invite conflict, my words do not provoke trouble, and my silence becomes a spiritual shield that preserves my peace, my progress, and the work you are doing within me. Father God, protect my path from ambush, delay, distraction, and unseen traps, guiding me through safe routes, even when I do not understand why certain doors remain closed, certain conversations are avoided, or certain directions remain hidden from my understanding. Lord, teach me to trust your covering even when I cannot see evidence of it, to walk confidently even when the road is quiet and unnoticed, and to remain faithful to your leading without seeking confirmation, visibility, or reassurance from people. I ask that you shield my life from unnecessary battles, avoidable warfare, and conflicts that are not assigned to me, allowing me to conserve my strength, protect my focus, and move forward with clarity, safety, and divine alignment. And Father, I declare that I am fully covered by your hand, hidden under your protection, guided by your wisdom, preserved on every path I walk, and secured in every season of my life, as I move forward quietly, safely, and confidently, knowing that what is hidden in you cannot be destroyed, delayed, or stolen. Father God, I come before you, asking that you preserve my destiny with your mighty hand, that everything you have written concerning my life will be protected from corruption, delay, manipulation, and premature exposure, and that I will move forward quietly under your guidance, while every force that seeks to study, predict, or interfere with my future is divinely misdirected and rendered powerless. Lord, I ask that you cause confusion in every place where my life is being watched with wrong intentions, that those who seek to trace my steps, analyze my movements, or anticipate my next season will lose clarity, lose access, and lose understanding while you lead me safely along paths known only to you, my God. I pray that you preserve my destiny from premature conversations, careless associations, and unnecessary disclosures, teaching me to walk with restraint and discernment, so that my future is not exposed before it is fortified and established according to your will. Father, let every strategy formed against my progress be disrupted before it manifests. Let every attempt to interfere with my timing be delayed, and let every plan to hinder my advancement collapse quietly without confrontation, noise, or retaliation. As you fight for me in unseen ways, Lord, grant me the grace to advance quietly without announcing my movement, to grow without explaining my progress, and to overcome without public recognition. Trusting that what is preserved in silence is often the most powerful and enduring, I pray that you redirect every harmful intention away from my life, turning wrong focus elsewhere, and ensuring that I remain unnoticed by unnecessary opposition, protected by your wisdom and guided by your spirit at every step. Father God, teach me to trust the safety of quiet advancement, to resist the urge to reveal milestones too early, and to allow you to unveil my progress only when it is fully secured and impossible to reverse. Lord, let my destiny be preserved through wisdom, patience, and obedience, and let my silence become a tool you use to protect my future from interference, envy, and premature responsibility. I ask that you strengthen my confidence during unseen seasons, assuring me that quiet progress is still progress, hidden victory is still victory, and that nothing you are doing in my life is wasted simply because it is not visible to others. And Father, I declare that my destiny is preserved, my path is protected, my advancement is quiet and steady, and my future is secure in you as I move forward unseen by harm, untouched by interference, and guided completely by your divine wisdom and perfect timing. Father God, I come before you in surrender and trust, asking that you place a final and unbreakable seal over my life, my destiny, my purpose, and my future. That everything you have worked on in silence, formed in hidden places, and strengthened in unseen seasons will now remain permanently protected from reversal, delay, or interference. As I rest confidently in your completed work, Lord, establish my life so deeply in you that no voice, no opinion, no accusation, and no pressure can pull me out of alignment with your will, allowing me to walk forward calmly, quietly, and securely, knowing that what you have sealed cannot be altered by human hands or human words. My God, complete every unfinished work within me, that every lesson learned in silence, every strength built in private, and every victory won without applause will now stand firm, mature, and fully established, carrying the weight of wisdom and the depth of obedience you have cultivated in me. Father, let my life reflect divine completion rather than constant explanation, settled purpose rather than restless movement, and quiet confidence rather than loud striving, allowing my presence to carry peace, stability, and authority without effort or announcement. Lord, remove from me every lingering urge to reveal, explain, or revisit what you have already settled, teaching me to trust that completion does not need commentary and that maturity does not need proof, as you lead me into a life that is grounded, ordered, and secure. I pray that you anchor me so deeply in you that my silence becomes permanent wisdom, my restraint becomes lasting strength, and my obedience becomes a steady lifestyle rather than a temporary discipline, preserving everything you have entrusted to me. Father God, let my future unfold without panic, without noise, and without unnecessary exposure as I move forward with a heart that trusts you completely and a spirit that rests in your authority, knowing that nothing ahead of me is unguarded or uncertain. Lord, that even when I say nothing, your hand speaks for me, your favor surrounds me, and your protection remains evident, allowing me to live without fear of loss, delay, or disruption. And I ask that you grant me peace that does not depend on explanation, joy that does not seek recognition, and confidence that does not require validation, as I continue to walk quietly in the fullness of what you have already completed. And Father, I declare that my life is sealed, my destiny is complete, my path is established, and my future is secure in you. And I move forward in calm obedience, deep peace, and unwavering trust, living a life that is quietly strong, divinely protected, and fully aligned with your perfect will. May God guard your life, seal your destiny, and keep you divinely protected. Stay connected with Divine Cleansing Secret. Like, share, and subscribe for more powerful prayers.